Welcome to the Fans Only Sports Network and welcome to the New England Conference Championships here in the NCLL. The Bryant Bulldogs here to take on the UMASS Amherst Minutemen. Charlie Adams on play-by-play with Matt Vucinos doing the camera work here for the NCLL on FOSN. The winner of this game advances to the championship game that will be broadcasted live at 1:30 p.m. between the winner of this and the winner of our second game between Quinnipiac and Brown. UMass on the season enters this contest 2-3, coming off of a win versus Tufts and a loss versus Babson in their last two. For the Bulldogs, they are following up a win versus Brown, who they could see in the championship game once we make it to that stage. Thank you to everyone here tuned in on the Fans Only Sports Network. Proud to bring you this NCLL coverage. Game starting up soon. Teams at midfield, meeting with referees. First game to start at 10 a.m., second game at 11:45, followed by the winners of both games facing off at 1:30 p.m. We're here at North Haven High School in North Haven, Connecticut. This tournament being hosted by Quinnipiac University. And we're proud to bring it to you here live on the Fans Only Sports Network. A little bit of a new scoreboard here on our end for all of our Nationals coverage. We're excited to be able to travel down to Maryland and bring you the Nationals tournament hosted at the University of Maryland next weekend. And we could see a team punch their tickets here later on today. Might be one of these two teams facing off here right now. It'll start up when we return. Welcome back to the broadcast of the National College Lacrosse League, playing official rules from the NCLL. 20-minute quarters running clock, along with stop-start for penalties, and the clock will stop-start under 3 minutes in the fourth quarter if the score is within 3 goals. Goalies for both sides for UMass, Michael Galvin, a freshman, starting in goal. And for the Bryant Bulldogs, they have Tate Lavrone back there in the net for them. Face off, and we're underway here from North Haven High School. The New England Conference Championships kick off, and a quick whistle. There's one of those stop-start penalties. We'll try to keep up with the current time as best as we can. No time on a scoreboard. The referees have it. As Bryant now works it to the X. Deflection on the crashing in Bulldog, Thomas Frucy. Ball rolled out of bounds, and UMass takes over possession. Now the Minutemen charging up the far sideline, being led in by Ryan Hennessy. Taking time now to circulate it over to Jack John, senior midfielder. Hard shot sent in off the iron by the UMass Minutemen. Shot coming from Lucas Kubaska, the team president here for the UMass club team, as whistle blows, ball rolls out of bounds. Bryant wearing the white jerseys with the gold helmets, taking on the red, and the red jerseys belonging to UMass. Play back underway with Ethan Hall cradling through midfield. Hall dishes over to Tyler Burke. And possession headed UMass's way on that whistle. Definitely a bigger bench on Bryant's side here. UMass with enough bench players that you can count them. As that shot just barely held on to by Tate Lavrone. Good save made by the Bulldogs. Now turning defense into offense as running up the field, Ben Campbell. Campbell dishes it over. From Ethan Hall over to Dylan Gazdick. Now back with Gazdick as he charges, being defended hard by Jamison Urardi. Good look inside, the one chance, can't get it to go. Another good opportunity as the streaking Bryant attacker just barely misses. Now from the X, Bryant restarts play, sends it to the wing. Passed over to Hall. Hall making a move against Chris Drake, defending him for the Minutemen. He'll pass it along over. Now Bryant back in the X, moves it over to Christopher Courier. Charging in, the shot knocked down. Michael Galvin with the save. Down the field, the Minutemen work quickly, can't connect. Shane DeRubis charged down the field, and now the ball will roll out of bounds on the sideline. Bryant holds possession in the attacking zone as Vincent Pesci moves it. Trying to wrap around, it's knocked away by Connor Driscoll. And our first goal of our first game in this tournament goes the way of the Bulldogs. Bryant strikes first. They lead it 1-0 here. We'll return to midfield for the face-off with the Bulldogs out in front early on in our first quarter. Ready to face off. And UMass picks it up off the face-off win. And a whistle as substitutions heading on both sides. And it'll be a man-up advantage for UMass here. Thomas Frusi taking a knee in the penalty box. And UMass a chance. Hard windup, deflected but not held on to by the Bryant goaltender. Now a second opportunity, whips wide, it'll stay UMass possession. Minutemen remaining a man up as pass inside, out close, couldn't get it to go. UMass trying again here as they pass to the wing. Shot fired in from Levon Gukasayan, and it goes out of bounds. Man up advantage out of the way for Bryant as they defend now in their own end here with possession held by Jack John. Jack John tries to move it to the corner. High pass for Lucas Kubaska. And it's going to roll out of bounds with Bryant taking over. Bulldogs working it sideline to sideline. Now cutting up through the middle where Joe Chapetta has it knocked away, recovers and passes off. Now a long bounce pass into the X for the Bulldogs. Bryant moving it over back to midfield. Hard spin move there from Hall. Now Bryant holding on to a 1-goal lead. Trying to push forward. Not much of an angle on that shot from Christopher Courier, and it's scooped up by Galvin out of goal. UMass looking to answer as Gavin Locasio charges in. Now from the sideline, passed over to Travis Reardon. Minutemen forced into the corner, backing it up. Now getting it into the X with the pass from Jonah Kozub. Gagin moving around, firing it in. Levon Gagasian, the freshman attacker, puts the Minutemen on the board, tying this game at 1 apiece. Face-off won by Bryant, with Tanner McLaughlin scooping it up. The Bulldogs quickly trying to work to get back out in front. Working it around outside. Van Luling looking for the angle. His pass into the X is completed over to Anthony Angioni. Another quick motion from Frusi over into the corner. Now one-on-one in the X, passed over to the wing, trying to weave through a triple team and a save made from Galvin. Now a mistake. Did it cost them? No, good save, and Michael Galvin scoops it back up, now passing it over to Shane DeRubius. DeRubius moves it to the wing, now from the corner, fired and scored on. Kubaska knocks it in, and the Minutemen out in front, 2-1. Now UMass with their first lead here in our opening game of this one-day tournament. As Bryant on the back foot here, trying to even the action. The bounce shot gets through. Great bounce shot to score it for the Bulldogs, and we're even 2-2. Jack Carney came through hard, celebrated harder, and now is jogging to the sideline after the equalizing score. Ball scooped up by Chris Drake. Drake moves it along. Already 4 goals across, 2 aside here in our first quarter of action. Gajan now passes into the X. Doesn't opt for the pass over the top. Moves to the corner before passing over to Ben Filertra. Filertra now. Heads to his left. Bounces off the post as the pass bounced towards Levrone in goal. And now the Bulldogs weaving around, passing to the wing. Dylan Raver. All the way out to Hall in the midfield circle. Ball's gonna miss, and that will do it for our first quarter of action. The score 2-2, all even after 1 here between the Minutemen and the Bulldogs. Welcome back to the Fans Only Sports Network for second quarter action between the Minutemen and the Bulldogs. All even 2 apiece. We told you at the start of broadcast there was 20 minutes of running clock. Something must have changed. We had about 6 minutes left on our end when our first quarter came to a close. Would make a little bit of sense to shorten up these games, seeing as people playing in game 2 might be at a disadvantage having to go back to back with so much game time. At least allow for a little bit of a break if these quarters are a little bit shorter. But we'll just keep our clock running all the way down as UMass controls it. 55 degrees here in North Haven. Light breeze. Should be heating up, hopefully, as UMass with a little bit of a weak pass that's picked off by the Bulldogs. Midfield taken back in possession by the Minutemen. Passed over to the wing with Jonah Kuzov now. The Minutemen whipping a shot from the left-hand side. Jack John can't find the mark. It's going to roll out of bounds with UMass keeping possession. The Rubius passed back up to the point. Now Kuzov to John, and the deflection out of bounds with Bryant taking over possession. Play back underway with Thomas Frusi. Frusi goes over the top for Connor Umile. And Umile loses it. And Chapetta comes in to help out the Bulldogs keep possession as they continue to pace down the field. Hall assesses his options and passes over to Chapetta, who hands it right back to Hall. Hall's one-on-one with Ryan Kinney. And now we'll charge in on Kinney. Move to his left. Whip a hard shot. Down low. Michael Galvin makes the save there. Keeps this game all even 2-2. The long stick of Rob Sierra scooping that up. And now lost near the sideline. Kept in bounds by the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs now with Campbell. Campbell passes over to Hall. Now Frusi will send it to the X. Bulldogs maybe wrapping it around here with Courier losing possession in the X. Scooped up by UMass and now heading down our near sideline. Swim move made from DeRubius as he enters past midfield. UMass making some substitutions with DeRubius entering into the corner now. From the corner into the X, now over to the wing. Thank you to everyone tuned in here watching our New England Conference Championships here. Teams looking to punch their guaranteed ticket to Maryland. Travis Reardon deals it to Caucasian, who put away the first goal for UMass here in this one. Minutemen up to the point, now over to the wing with Reardon. Pass bounces out of Hennessy's stick and now scooped up by Bryant in return. Bulldogs charging down the field with Patrick Richards for a whistle here It's going to be a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout here on our end in our second quarter with the score still 2-2 between the Minutemen and the Bulldogs. We'll be right back. Welcome back off of the timeout here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Our second quarter rolling on. Bryant took the timeout and now set up in the attacking zone, looking to get back in front after leading early in the first quarter and handing that lead back to UMass before tying this game up. Oh, falling down shot from Campbell. Some hard defense being played by UMass. Campbell, no worse for the wear. Maybe a little scrape off the turf as Bryant holds possession still in the attacking zone. Spinning through, ball loose and scooped up. Michael Galvin takes charge and now tosses it to midfield. At midfield, Jamison Urardi. The number 10 belonging to Jonah Kozub. Kubaska with goal 2 on the Minutemen's day. Pump fake, sent into the X. The Minutemen now toss it over to Kozub. Bryant handles that chance as Lavrone bounces it up before securing it. And now whistles blow as Bryant was making a push up past midfield. Play back underway with UMass taking over possession off the whistle. Kozub runs into the X before passing it off. Minutemen looking for a chance here. Jonah Kozub passes it over the top, and a great save made by Bryant as Shane DeRubius was set up with an opportunity. Oh, a huge collision, flag on the play. Some tension building up between these two teams. Jonah Kozub just got ran over by the Bulldogs. Connor Umile did not hesitate with that collision, and it's going to send him here into the penalty box. Minutemen back with their man-up advantage. They've had The only man-up advantage so far today coming in their first quarter. They did not capitalize on it. Now another chance here. As you can hear, maybe the wind picking up a little, catching our mics a little. Cold breeze coming down at North Haven High School, as well as middle school, next door to each other. The Minutemen looking to go up in front for the second time here. Jack John gets it back at the wing, some room to shoot. He bounces it in, and the save made coming from Levrone. UMass recovers it and trying to set up the one-time chance, and they get it to go. Jack John jumping, catching, and scoring on the man-up advantage, and the Minutemen lead by 1. Three to 2, the Minutemen out in front following Jack John's score.
62 mile an hour. They were he's a project, right? But he's Cam Newton, same size. You never know.
And whistles off the face-off. Possession handed to UMass as they make some substitutions. And the man who comes on off the bench to restart play is going to be the number 34 belonging to Ryan Hennessy. Another opportunity knocked away before it could reach home. Bounce shot try. And this scrappy UMass Amherst team continues to push the action. Passed over to Dan Lorzen. Lorzen sends it back over to Kozub. Billy Gardner defending on UMass, but the charge through draws another flag here. Off to the penalty box once again for Bryant, I believe. And it will be the number 77 of Kyriakis, who draws this penalty. Another man-up advantage coming up for the Minutemen. UMass with a 1-goal lead, looking for some breathing room here. Another flag as scooped up there from Bryant's goalie. Levrone passing it away. Man-up advantage finished off there for the Minutemen, a short one. Bryant back at even strength as they look to get down the field quickly with a pass to Chapetta. Now with Hall. Flag falls here. You see a flag coming up as Hall still controls at the wing. Hall sits one-on-one with Noah Bryant. To his right, Hall tries to push forward. Ball loose out in front. Scooped up, another flag falls here. And we're going to see the whistles blow here. Second quarter action continues to fill up the penalty box. Looks like there will be 2 men for UMass headed into the penalty box. The 14 and 26, or excuse me. It'll be the 22. 22 of UMass, that's James Sharkey. Bryant's first man-up advantage here. Looking to even this game up at 3 apiece. Campbell pump fakes. Will hold on to it as he rotates over to the point. Now pushing it forward inside. A big knockdown. Still holding on to it. The shot taken by Van Luling goes out of bounds. Bryant holds on to possession as Tyler Burke will pass it along. Now the wing shot can't find home. Trying to fit it through a crowd of defenders as well as fellow attackers. Bryant continues their possession now, and from the wing, the shot scored on by Tyler Burke. This game is tied. The Bulldogs take advantage of their man-up opportunity and tie this game up at 3. Burke joins Jack Carney and Ben Campbell as goal scorers here for the Bulldogs. And I believe we're entering here into our halftime with the score now 3-3. Minutemen Bulldogs back even after that last second score from Bryant. Welcome back out of halftime here to score even 3-3. Charlie Adams here for the Fans Only Sports Network, bringing you our third quarter of action where we were told this game was going to be 20-minute running clock. Starting to feel like this is a 12-minute running clock, and that's what we're going to test out this quarter because we've been miles away off with our scoreboard on our end on timing-wise. So hopefully keeping a 12-minute running clock will do us a better job as Colin DeTulio for Bryant passes off into the X to Campbell and then makes the sprint across before heading off to the bench. Now Campbell from the X. Dishing over. And Angioni passes to the wing. Ways away from the goal. The Bulldogs now working closer. Thank you to everyone tuned in here on the Fans Only Sports Network with Hall carrying the ball near midfield, passing it forward. Hall gets it back, charging, cuts to his left, spin around on his right side. Charging through, has it knocked away. A sea of UMass players as the whistle blows and the Minutemen take over possession here. Third quarter, as this game between these two teams has breezed along so far. Again, it's our first of 3 games we're broadcasting to you live here today. Starting with this one, will be followed up by Quinnipiac taking on Brown. And our finale, the championship game here of the New England Conference Championships between the winners of both games, which should be going live around 1:30 p.m. Hope that you guys can stick with us through all 3 games. And if you can't, you can always check out the game on demand. As that shot fired in and saved by Lavrone. And if you can't even find it on demand, check out our social media pages at FO Sports with a Z at the end, and as well as Fans Only Sports with a Z at the end.com, where you can watch the games as well as see highlights and know when we're streaming, where we're streaming, and how to watch. Couple big collisions there. It drew a flag earlier, and now after the whistle, a little drag down will send Bryant to the penalty box. Headed over to the penalty box is going to be the number 30. Oh, excuse me. Number 66. They keep encroaching on the penalty box a little. No penalty. UMass, their goalie outside of his crease, looking to pass it down the field. Shot taken, just missing the mark. Not exactly sure whatever came of that flag. Doesn't seem like anyone served a penalty for it. Oh, all right. Play just about ready to resume. We're going to switch who's resuming the play as Lucas Kubaska drops it over, and in comes Gavin Locascio. Locascio now passes to the wing, and UMass on the doorstep here. Moved into the corner. Load up, going low to save it. Lavrone stops it for the Bulldogs, and now Bryant charges up the field, dropping it for a second before passing midfield did Umile. Now stuck on the ground with players fighting over it. Still loose, now scooped up. Locascio tosses it over the top. Load up, score for Kubaska, his second of the game. Kubaska, 2 goals across for the senior attacker, has the Minutemen back out in front. And a scramble at midfield off the face-off. And a trip up there. White possession as sprinting down the field goes Jack Carney. Back over to the corner with Bryant finding its way to Raver. Now from the wing to the other wing. That pass to Burt goes too high. It rolls out of bounds. UMass takes over possession. Bulldogs behind by 1 now, following Kubaska's second score. Now cutting through, UMass takes a 2-goal lead as Gagasian pushes through to give the Minutemen their 5th goal here in our semifinals matchup. Players from Quinnipiac making their way here. Gearing up for their game set to start at 11:45. UMass wins the face-off following their second score here in the 3rd quarter. The Minutemen tossing it over to Ben Filatra. Now passed all the way down to Gagasian. UMass with a 2-goal lead and control of possession here. We got an interference call coming here. And that will keep possession with UMass. Minutemen retrieving a ball from out of bounds before resuming play here. From the corner, it's going to be Locascio. Locascio deals it off to the wing. Back up to the point now for UMass as they move it to Lorzen. Now, pass deflected, but it's going to be scooped up by the Minutemen who charge in. Saving the takeaway, and that one-timer pass opportunity can't go through. Right now, according to the clock, we're running on a 12-minute running clock. We have 4 minutes to go in this quarter. See how accurate that ends up being as ball out of bounds. UMass holds on to it. Ocasio fighting through to get the shot off that goes wide, stays with UMass. Occasion from behind the goal. Fakes it, tries to send it off, and is contested heavily by the Bulldogs. Now through a triple team, Colin DiTullio unable to get through, but flag on the play. Occasion called for a slash there, and he's going to end up serving this penalty. Man up chance for the Bulldogs. Need a goal here to get within one. With our fourth quarter approaching shortly. Thank you to everyone here tuned in live or on demand to the Fans Only Sports Network. Proud to bring you this NCLL coverage as we approach nationals. One team ready to punch their guaranteed ticket here when it's all said and done. Bryant circulating the ball around now with Campbell at the point. From the wing to the corner, back to the wing. The shot ripped hard by Chapetta goes wide. Occasion remains in the penalty box for UMass. The man up chance capitalized on as Campbell fires home. Ben Campbell with a tight angle to get it through. Whipped it across low for his second goal of the game. 5-4. Minutemen still out in front. The number 4 seed heading into this tournament against the number 1 seed of our 4-team tournament. Minutemen looking to have an upset here to start off our day. Ball stripped away by the Bulldogs, now kicked to midfield where it's scooped up by DeRubius before whistles come out. Bryant bench getting into it here, getting excited as they just scored to make this a 1-goal game, now looking to tie. Granted possession off that last whistle, and Gazdick now with the long pass over the Hall. I got 1:30 left in the third quarter on my end. We don't know how accurate that is. We'll see. With Hall still at the top. As Gazdick charges in through into the X. Passed over to Burke. Campbell charging in to his right. Now passed off out in front. A big collision sends Thomas Frucy down. I'm looking at 30 seconds here on our scoreboard. We'll see how that translates to the field. 35 seconds we can hear now, so must have been not too far off. Down to 30. And Campbell rips it, can't get it to go. Ball's going to roll out of bounds with just seconds remaining in the third quarter. Resume play from the X. Over the top pass, can't be completed. Out to the outside, still a chance. Ringing iron, Did it fall in? It didn't. UMass clears it all the way down the field. So close to tying it in the last seconds of the third quarter. The Minutemen lead by 1 as we enter our final quarter of action here in our opening semifinal matchup with the score 5-4 in favor of UMass. We'll be right back here with our final quarter when we return. Welcome back into the Fans Only Sports Network. 5-4. The Minutemen holding on to a 1-goal lead over the number 1 seeded Bryant Bulldogs in this tournament. 1 day semifinals and then finals immediately coming after. Fourth quarter underway now. I think it's all but confirmed that we're playing 12-minute running clock with stoppages. As UMass throws it back in. Passed up to Kozub. And Kozub will roll it to his man coming off the bench. Sprinting to the angle, the shot, and a 2-goal lead back in hand. The Minutemen, in the starting moments of our fourth quarter, right back into the scoring column with Jonah Kozub. Six goals for UMass. They lead it by 2 in our fourth quarter. Still time for Bryant as they are unable to win the face-off there. Now a bounce pass for Kozub that rolls out of bounds. It's going to be Bryant possession. With play resuming, and Frusi against Kozub, backing it up. Passed over to Gardner. Gardner, a long distance pass, will bounce and roll out of bounds. UMass takes over possession. Play resumes with the Minutemen trying to work through a double team. Whistle. And possession granted to the Bulldogs. Ben Campbell looked like he might charge in, backed up, and now passed it over. Pesci worked it to the wing. And now the Bulldogs in the X. Bryant looking for a chance out front. Passed off to Frusi. Frucy dishes. Now it's all the way back with Campbell, who slows it down, setting things up from midfield. Pick set as Campbell charges in, now swarmed by the Minutemen. A big knockdown there coming from Hennessy, but Campbell able to recover and get it back with his possession, who making the pass out to the wing. The shot goes wide. Jack Curran, or excuse me, the number 4 of Frucy with the shot. And now out in front, Curran can't collect it. The ball rolling out of bounds. It'll be Minutemen possession. The Minutemen pass it over to their goalie, Michael Galvin. And Galvin gets it over to Sharkey. Sharkey gets swarmed with a big collision there. No whistle as Vincent Pesci charged in, flying through the air. Campbell jogging off the field for the Bryant Bulldogs as UMass holds possession still with Dan Lorzen cutting to his right. Lorzen tripped up on the play, flag goes down, ball loose, and the whistle blows. A push for Vincent Pesci. Man up chance coming for the Minutemen, who lead by 2. Trying to put this one away. Could have third one be the finishing touches to punch their ticket to the championship game here in our New England Conference Championships. Is right in front, the bounce shot through the legs coming from Jonah Kozo. Quickly, Bryant is feeling the ill penalty of a man-up advantage with Kozo getting his second goal here. 7-4. 3-goal game between the Minutemen and the Bulldogs. Still entirely possible, but it's going to definitely take some work, and they'll need to get one quickly if they want to keep themselves alive here. The Bulldogs push it to the wing, waiting for some fresh attackers off the bench to come on here. As Hall now goes all the way from wing to wing, where he'll slow it down and push forward again, getting the edge on his defender. Shot taken and saved. Galvin making the stop, and now UMass trying to pass it over. Can't connect. Girardi couldn't find Kozo. It goes out of bounds, and Bryant takes over possession. Quick pass up the field to Gardner. And Gardner again trying to scoop it up. Whistles blow here. Possession with UMass. Gardner forced to give it up to Locasio. Brown and Quinnipiac both warming up on the sidelines here. And going down near the goal line, UMass loses possession, but Locagio gains it back now. Dished over to Kozub. Weaving through the pack, a diving shot. 2 flags on the play. The Minutemen start their celebration here with their goal being their 8th goal of the game. Another impressive score coming from the number 10 of Jonah Kozub. And Bryant, after giving up back-to-back scores, now trail by 4. They'll take a timeout here. A lot of work to do with this 4th quarter winding down, trying to punch a ticket to Maryland. We'll be back on the other side of this break with more 4th quarter action here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back to the Fans Only Sports Network. 4th quarter continuing here with an 8-4 lead in favor of the Minutemen. The Bulldogs enter this game seeded as the top team in this 4-team tournament, and UMass entered as the number 4 team in this tournament. The scoreboard tells a different story. As the Minutemen continue with this smaller than most roster to push forward with the talented play coming from Kozub's 3 goals and Kubaska's 2, along with Caucasian's 2. UMass charging from the wing. Spinning, shot try goes wide out of bounds. Over to the Brown team warming up here on the sideline. They'll play next at 11:45 p.m. Should be an exciting one, as this one has been as well. Winner of that game at the moment looks like they'll face UMass Amherst, but we'll see as this game winds down. Still time for the Bulldogs. But with that shot, it might be UMass's day. Hard send in by Lucagio. Sneaks past, and the Minutemen 9 goals here to open today's game slate of games. 5 minutes left on the clock as the referees announce. On our end, 4:48, so we're not doing too bad. We're back to midfield again here with the score 9-4. And the Minutemen have really come out this final quarter and put it on the Bulldogs. Bryant running out of time, and it's been a series of unanswered goals. 4 unanswered in this 4th quarter as down goes the Bulldog, and possession stays with Bryant. Colin DiTolio passing it over, now gets it back. Pesci dotted to the X. Close defending on the shot score from Bryant. Christopher Courier with Jamison Girardi right on top of him, spun around and knocked it in. The Bulldogs are now just within 4 goals of tying this one. Two 12s guarded each other, and Bryant, number 12, got the best of it. Courier knocking it home. 9-5 now, and UMass circling it around. They got time here. Trying to waste a little time as well. Passing it over to DeRubius. Some hard defense being played. The flag goes here. UMass controls it still. UMass now charging forward, ringing off the post. Bulldogs chase after it out of bounds, and possession goes in their favor. But the flag being picked up here as Bulldogs have another one headed to the penalty box. It's going to be the number 4 of Thomas Frusi. A minute and 30 going against Frusi there. That's going to hurt. So with the Minutemen leading by 4 on a man advantage for the next minute and 30 seconds of the under 3 minutes of game time we have left. Going to be a lot for the Bulldogs. At this point, a miracle if they want to stay alive in this one-day tournament. Minutemen send it to the wing and send a shot wide. It's going to be white possession. As Levrone came out of goal, was a closer man to it. Now play resumes with the Bulldogs charging up the field. Still a man down. Good defense played by UMass. But Bryant with the numbers to charge in and keep their push going as Gazdick comes in. Now Campbell coming from the point, moving to his right. Deals it to the number 2 of Burke, who goes wide and rolls out of bounds. And it's going to be the final here with the Minutemen taking it 9-5. They'll take down the Bulldogs as the number 4 seed. Bryant falls in the semifinals. Their number 1 seeded status. No good here. This is going to be a long road to Maryland for them. But for UMass, they're 1 game away. They'll take on the winner of our next one when Quinnipiac takes on Brown here next. Stick around for that one. Should kick off around 11:45 p.m. Be live right here on the Fans Only Sports Network. But until then, we'll say goodbye on behalf of myself, Charlie Adams, and my cameraman Matt Vucinos. Have a great rest of your night. We hope to see you join us in our next one.